Blake Shelton, a country music icon and former coach on The Voice, is now recognizing the influence of an older woman on his career. He first appeared on the scene in 2001 and has since amassed legions of devoted followers. Tell me about the woman who impacted his life and how can I find her now? Read on for additional information. Blake Shelton has had an amazing career despite the fact that it has been a bumpy one. He has many talents, including being a singer/songwriter, host, restaurant, and more. Gwen Stefani, his wife, had to get used to him because he is a real country lad. As one of the original voice coaches, Blake also won over new fans, and his departure from the popular reality show has left viewers feeling let down. Still, he's been looking at other major projects in his spare time. Still, he just acknowledged an older woman who had a significant impact on his career. His history of marriages to women is well documented. He was already married twice when he wed Gwen. But Blake was moved to go to Nashville by an 80-year-old woman. She obviously had a profound effect on him, even though he was just 17 years old. Native Oklahoman Boren Axton worked as both a music educator and songwriter. She had already achieved some fame after penning songs for artists like Elvis Presley. Blake described his initial encounter with May. Blake Shelton was 16 years old when he was talking to her after the show. At that point, she suggested that he uproot his life and settle in Nashville, Tennessee. Because of Blake's esteem for May, this was enough to alter his life. Consequently, he acted without hesitation when she proposed the change. May was still on his mind. Blake Shelton came to Nashville when he was 17 years old, straight out of high school, but he never forgot to call May. He reminded her of his identity while letting her know that he had followed her instructions. Now that he was in Nashville, Blake asked her what he should do next. She knew he would be short on cash, so she hired him to paint her house. After that, Blake started hanging out with May's son, who he befriended. In 2002, Blake recorded the life-altering song Ole Red thanks to this. Blake Shelton is a country music icon, famous for his spectacular performances on blockbuster series like The Voice, his star-studded career, and his chart-topping singles. However, his journey to fame wasn't a straight line. The individuals he met had an impact on his career, as it does for many musicians. Shelton recently made an emotional confession, attributing his success in life and in his business to an older woman who had a significant impact on him. Although she has maintained a low profile in Shelton's public life, this woman was essential in his early artistic development, providing him with invaluable advice and encouragement. Shelton, whose career was on the rise, took the time to publicly recognize the influence of this woman, giving his fans a glimpse into a side of his life they might not have known existed. Blake Shelton's story, the mentor who helped him succeed, and the impact of female role models in the music business are all discussed in this article. The formative years of Blake Shelton's country music career. The life of Blake Shelton starts in his hometown of Ada, Oklahoma, where he spent his formative years. Shelton owes a great deal of his early musical inspiration to country music greats like Vince Gill, George Strait, and Merle Haggard. It didn't take long for Shelton to develop an intense affinity for country music. He began performing at local venues and perfecting his skills while still a teenager. Throughout his formative years, Shelton was hell-bent on becoming famous. At 17 years old, he packed up his life and headed for Nashville in pursuit of his music industry goals. But there were obstacles along the way, as there are for many ambitious artists. His passion of country music and his inherent talent helped him persevere through the many rejections he encountered while trying to break in. Shelton didn't get his big break until the turn of the millennium. After signing with Giant Records in 2001, his first single Austin became an instant hit and catapulted him to stardom. This early accomplishment didn't deter Shelton though. He realized there was still a long way to go. For his country music career to endure, he needs more than just one hit. Join the mentorship program, a powerful senior citizen. With his career taking off, Shelton needed a mentor who could offer more than just sound advice. He needed someone who could help him grow as a person. At that moment, he met the woman who would have a profound impact on his professional life and the trajectory of his entire life. Shelton has spoken highly of this woman in his interviews, describing her as a guiding light who helped him navigate a career crossroads by providing him with sound guidance. Despite the fact that Shelton did not always identify this woman by name, his remarks made their relationship quite evident. He recounted how she helped him overcome obstacles, such as the demands of fame and his own personal demons, that he faced throughout his career. The elder woman wasn't merely a business mentor or professional counselor. Shelton was eager to emphasize that she genuinely cared about his welfare. Indeed, he spoke of her as a second mother figure. She was essential in helping him find his footing as an artist amidst the often confusing waters of the entertainment world. A covert rock of power. The fact that Shelton admitted that this powerful woman had a significant but mostly unseen impact on his life and career was one of the most moving parts of his homage to her. She wasn't a well-known figure in country music, and she stayed out of the limelight. Without Shelton's announcement, the majority of her admirers would have been unaware of her impact. This is a powerful illustration of the influence of unsung heroes in the music business, the people who shape the careers of up-and-coming artists but never get the recognition they deserve. Despite his meteoric climb to stardom, Shelton was able to maintain his groundedness with the gentle, unwavering support of an elderly woman. She saw potential in him when others might have written him off as just another promising young artist and offered him sound guidance. At a time when he may have doubted himself, she had faith in his abilities and was there to guide him through the ups and downs of his journey, providing not just professional advice but also emotional and personal support. A beautiful and rare reminder of the significance of mentorship in all sectors of life, Shelton's public acknowledgement of this mentorship is truly remarkable. The profound and transformative influence of a mentor can be seen in Shelton's connection with this woman, which stands in stark contrast to the transactional nature of the profession. Mentorship and its influence on the music industry. Mentorship is a priceless asset in the uncertain and fast-paced music industry. Finding someone who gets the ins and outs of the industry can be a lifesaver for young artists dealing with the stress of popularity, success, and keeping one's artistic identity intact. The life and career of Blake Shelton exemplify how a transformative mentor may alter a person's course. Because of the specific difficulties musicians have, mentorship is extremely important in the music business. A career in music, in contrast to many others, is frequently unpredictable. Though it may come and go, success is transient and rejection is ever present. Having a mentor who could help him deal with the emotional pressures of his career in addition to offering musical advice was a turning point for Shelton. Success did not necessarily follow a straight path, and Shelton's mentor knew this. She had an understanding that falling down was inevitable and that it was critical to keep going even when things became tough. Shelton has kept this wisdom with him throughout his career, and it's something that many aspiring musicians may do well to absorb. The importance of mentorship in the long run. Not only does Shelton's mentor leave an impressive record of achievement, but he also models good career management and maintains positive relationships with his peers. Supporting younger artists and providing them with the same mentorship that helped him so much is something he has often talked about. The new generation of singers and artists look forward to Shelton, who is now a coach on The Voice. He is, in many respects, carrying on the legacy of the counsel and instruction that was bestowed upon him. The significance of giving back often underappreciated, but it is emphasized in Shelton's dedication to this elderly widow. Making sure other people have a shot at success is more important than just making it yourself. Shelton owes a great deal of his success to the kindness and insight of others who have spent time guiding him, in addition to his own natural abilities.